Now, I don't know if I ever did this song on the channel, and if I didn't, I have no idea why I haven't, but this is Half Alive, Still Feel. This song was 6 years ago. Now, it's insane because this song found me during the early stages of my awakening, so I'm definitely going to break down. I don't know how I'm going to break down the video, but I'm just going to speak from the heart as I always do. Other than that, to get the intro out, you know, send me things to watch down below. Send me songs, anything that you would like to request. All my platforms are open. Yeah. Just message me on anything. Remember to be your authentic self. Remember to love yourself. And let's hop into this video. And yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I absolutely love this song. I don't know why I haven't covered it on the channel, but we're covering it now. And now is all that matters. So let's do it. Remember, anything I say is just my whole thing on the song.
When I'm furthest from myself, feeling closer to the stars,
Outer space.
being invaded by the dark. Trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. When I'm furthest from myself, feeling closer to the stars. I've been invaded by the dark. Trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. But I can feel it kick down in my soul, and it's pulling me back to earth. Let me know I am not a slave, can't be contained. So pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave.
Hey.
I still feel alive. It is hopeless. I start to notice that I still feel alive. Falling forward, back into orbit. Yeah.
I love how they did that right there. Back into orbit and threw it over. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
So when I lose my gravity in this sleepy room, drifting as I dream, I'll wake up soon to realize the head of life is reaching out to rid me of my pride. I call allegiance to myself. But I can feel it kick down in my soul, and it's pulling me back to earth. Let me know I am not a slave, can't be contained. So pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave. 'Cause I still feel alive. It is hopeless. I start to notice that I still feel alive.
Wow, I just realized, hold on. This is the first time I realized this.
That I still feel alive.
They're an eye blinking, bro. How is this the first time I noticed this? Yo, that actually blew my mind. Because the purple, oh my gosh. And like the third eye, oh, I don't know why, that's crazy.
Falling forward, back into orbit. Oh, and I still feel alive. It is hopeless. I start to notice. Oh, and I still feel alive. Falling forward, back into orbit. Yeah.
You gotta love when they did this to the beat and everything. Mirror.
I feel it kick down in my soul. It's pulling me back to earth, let me know. And this heart that beats inside of me will show. Floating in outer space, have I misplaced a part of my soul? Lost in the in-between, or so it seems I'm out of control. Floating in outer space, have I misplaced a part of my soul? Lost in the in-between, but it can't keep me asleep for long, 'cause I still feel alive. It's hopeless. I start to notice that I still feel alive.
Man, this song.
Back into orbit. I
song is so fire. This song, dude. I love this song, dude. AJ, is that their album? Okay, so lyrics time. Now, see, someone did the annotations, but we are not doing that. I'm doing my own breakdown, but I love it. All right, here we go. Is it, if it's yellow, they covered it. Verified by them. Invaded by the dark. Wait. Invaded by the dark. That line goes back to our name, half alive, feeling two sides that are pulling you, one to life and one into death, one into light, one into darkness. I want to say in the moment that dark side seems to be winning, and in the moment when that side seems to be invading and taking up all my body. Started the song with space metaphor because it matched the feeling that I have of weightlessness, rootlessness, whatever that I was, or that was. I thought, what else is familiar to that feeling? I felt like someone else floating, or I felt like someone floating in space. I thought of the scene from Gravity where they're just like, okay, we don't know if we're going to make it or not. I love that. So, okay, so they actually confirmed a lot of these lyrics. That's actually fire. Or at least a lot of them. Let me tell y'all what happened to me when this song hit me during my awakening. Essentially what he said there was the same. When I'm furthest from myself, feeling closer to the stars, I've been invaded by the dark. So for me, that bar right there, when I'm furthest from myself, feeling closer to the stars. Well, when I think about a lot of things in spirituality, this isn't our true self. This is the ego that we put on. So the further you get away from the conditions that we've taken on, you return to your true self, which is the stillness, which is also, I've been invaded by the dark. Dark doesn't necessarily have to have bad connotation to it, which is why for me, when I had my awakening and this song popped up, I was tripping when I heard this song because I felt like the artist completely got it. But again, I feel like, of course, artists are channeling what they feel. As a dancer, I know like my body, when I move, it's like I'm physically showing you the representation of sound and frequency. And this, we go on, I go on for days about that and get deep. But for me, this was a pretty positive bar because when you wake up to who you truly are, your ego starts to shed a lot more. So to me, this bar was when I'm furthest from myself, I'm feeling closer to the stars. But trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced. This makes me think about lower and higher consciousness. When your higher self starts to come in and kind of integrate and take out that lower self, it'll feel like you've been replaced. But I get the kind of the negative or the lower version of the self holding on to this. Because for me, trying to recognize myself when I feel I've been replaced, I've actually realized that when I went through my whole awakening, it was like lower parts of me were still trying to hold on and be like, whoa, where are we going? But you realize if you let go, you'll be fine. But then the chorus, I can feel it kick down in my soul, and it's pulling me back to earth. Let me know I am not a slave, can't be contained. So pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave, 'cause I still feel. But Josh put, I really like that line. That was one of the original lines I had when we first started the song. This feeling of being in outer space, crashing through the atmosphere, maybe landing on Earth, and feeling like it's just a body. It's now buried. That line, pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave because I still feel alive, is saying I'm more than just a body. I'm more than just this thing here. There's a living, breathing presence that deserves to be dug up and given a new life. Oh, okay. So wait, essentially, I think I'm spinning it because I think this is exactly what he's saying. Well, let me just say it and maybe it'll be along the lines of what he's saying, because I think he's saying exactly what I'm saying. If I think I'm like interpreting it or wording it different, but it's exactly what I'm saying. So essentially that, yeah, like pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave, and it's pulling me back to earth, let me know, or I can feel it kick down in my soul. It's like, yeah, we're more than the body. So I get, okay, so I kind of get it how he's singing it, but I thought he was saying it in a different sense, but I literally think we're saying the same thing. So I was right about this song, because when this song hit me during my awakening, these lyrics spoke to me in ways I'm explaining now. Um, but the whole it's pulling me back to earth, let me know. I would say in a sense that I'm not even like, I feel like my spirit, well, your soul isn't really, it isn't of earth, it's here on earth. But I would explain that feeling as like my senses pull me back to earth. Is that what he's saying? I can feel the kick down in my soul. It's pulling me back to earth, let me know. Yeah, I guess in a sense we are, like, I'm saying it just a little slightly different, but yeah, man, what he said, it's really just a body. And I love the next line, I am not a slave, can't be contained, so pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave. The way I would see it or interpret it, and maybe I'm going along the lines of the same thing, is pick me from the dark and pull me from the grave is essentially like let the body die, or let this false ego of who we think we are die, and pull the real me, the self, from that grave, and let, because you are a life force in essence, but thinking you're just a body. So yeah, I think it's essentially saying the same thing. I love this. And I still feel alive when it's hopeless. I start to notice that I still feel alive, falling forward back into orb. Yeah, yeah. So when I lose my gravity in this sleepy womb, drifting as I dream, I'll wake up soon. So for that, for me is, oh man, I can say a lot of things about a sleepy womb, like in a mother's womb. And I'm also thinking about like Mother Earth. And this is like a womb where we're sleeping, waking up to the fact that we're spirits having a human experience, and drifting as I dream, I'll wake up soon. It's kind of like this is all the dream to me. This is all the illusion of reality. So we're kind of drifting as we dream, but I'll wake up soon is like kind of the motions you're going through before you have an awakening. To realize the hand of life is reaching out to rid me of my pride. I call allegiance to myself. So, getting rid, again, that to me is just straight up shedding the ego. Let me see what he says. But the hand of life is reaching out is because people think that this is life. But when you wake up to what life truly is, you went within. The hand of life reaching out would be the hand of God gripping me in my darkest hour and saying, I'm not going to leave you. Even in the darkest place, he's still there. And in that moment, I know that it's no longer who I am. Like, I am unsavable, and I need something else to carry me into life. And that my pride is thrown away. That's the thing I called my allegiance to myself. I no longer have allegiance to myself. Exactly. Which I love that, because what he's calling the self, what he was calling the self beforehand. So we are on the same frequency, at least in this understanding, is the what he was, to rid me of my pride, I call allegiance to myself. What he thought was his self is the one that's, kind of going through this, but I call allegiance to myself, and that hand of God reaching out is your true self, because you're God in essence. We're all, the Bible says, I said ye are gods, but your true self is basically calling to you to let go of what you've been thinking you are. So you call allegiance to the self, the real self. But I love it. And then it goes to the chorus again. But I can feel it kick down in my soul, pulling me back to earth, let me know. I love this song. I love this song. But then we get down to the bridge, and right here, floating in outer space, have I misplaced a part of my soul, lost in the in-between, or so it seems, I'm out of control. What I like with the whole floating in outer space is, to me, it was like, I remember before my awakening, my real like awakening to who we are in spirit, it felt like that floating. I was floating in outer space, and I was saying like, yo, like, am I lost? Like, why do I belong here? That sort of feeling. And lost in the in-between, or so it seems, I'm out of control. that too. Like if anyone knows about a spiritual awakening, I feel like a true, genuine spiritual awakening, and it can come in different forms. So I'm not going to say that, but the general consensus I've seen of people who've gone through awakening is that your life falls apart before it gets better, before you realize. So that bridge is just encapsulates all that for me. Is like you're asking yourself these questions. Like that's why I love how artists channel what they're feeling. I love how I'm just paused on them, like they look like they were sniffing their armpits. But the use of colors in the videos too, I like. Let me see what part. Yeah, like to the purple, like the crown chakra and everything. And then this was indigo, which made me, well, I guess the purple and the indigo just to me represented the higher chakras. And I was gonna get into the mirror and everything too, but um I can say things for that. I'll say them kind of more towards the end. But um after that it goes, I still feel alive. When it's hopeless, I start to notice that I still feel alive. I can feel it back into orbit. And and I still feel alive. But I'm not, that's not my sing. Nope, I'm not doing that in the video. But I love it because you can in the parentheses it goes, when I still feel alive, I can feel it when it's hopeless, and then in the parentheses it ain't hopeless, because it's like the two sides really fighting you. Like jumping back to what he said in the beginning, is it really is. It's like your lower self and your higher self duking out in this battle for who's gonna occupy the body. And when you start moving to higher realizations in your life, all of these lyrics literally speak to you. That's why I love this song, because oh man, like there was a different angle I used to have on this song when I looked at it. And like when it was like the I still feel alive and it's hopeless, was that is the, I feel like I can say that at a point in my journey, that feeling was, I had more negative connotation to that during my awakening. Like when I awakened and everything looked crazy and stuff was going off, still feeling alive was the hopeless feeling. Like directly, if you were to take the bar, like the line or the lyric for like face value, just straight how it looks, when it's like I still feel alive and it's hopeless, or I still feel alive when it is hopeless, that was like for real. Like that, I was living through that. And then the it ain't hopeless is how I feel now, where it's like, okay, I've alchemized a lot of my mindset and everything that I've seen and experienced, and the cool spiritual inklings and abilities that I've gotten over the years, and just a different way of like how my mindset shifted. It's no longer feeling like that. But I remember when it was like that, when I was saying, oh man, it's hopeless. Like I feel so low and in this dark pit that it's like, but I still feel alive. It's hopeless, but that it ain't hopeless is definitely, I've come a long, long way to feel that part. But I love it. I love this song. Like if anyone who is spiritually inclined or awakened to who they truly are, this song right here is a banger. It is absolutely a banger. I can't get over how genuinely great it captures a majority of like the spiritual awakening for sure. Oh man. So I appreciate art so much, and people channeling their gifts, or or things that they worked at. And because it's like, this is all the play of life. This is all the divine play of, some want to say the universe, some want to say God, but I love it. The little things I would say here are again color work. I would say the things with colors. This idea of him switching the clothes is like putting on different clothes. Oh, and this, every time people do this, I like to think of like Shiva, the dancer with multiple arms. But the changing of clothes and everything to me was like different egos. Like you have different jackets or different suits in your life. And then for his bandmates, what this could all mean is mirrors again. Because I was gonna think, like, the way I took it when I first watched it was like you, which is the awareness. You are the awareness, and the two others are, you're aware of the higher and the lower self. So that's what it was like. So right here, he's the awareness being aware of this self, right? Mirroring his every move. Almost like pretending, really trying to pretend that it's you, but it is you in a sense. And this is like the higher self, where it's like the different versions, the different sides of yourself. And then he goes into the floating and outer right here, right? Yeah. Floating in outer space. Have I misplaced? And then he gets the jacket. And now they're in this like this for long kiss I still feel. And then it goes white. See, and that's what I like. And now the rest of the video is white. Yeah, I don't know. I like that because it's like, so to me it's probably not that deep, like, or I'm making it deeper than it is, but it's like you're witnessing him go through the motions of juggling the different sides of the ego, and then also literally the higher consciousness coming to combat the lower consciousness, and it's like a mirror of yourself. And then putting on the different clothes is literally a representation of like putting on layers of the ego, shedding layers of the ego. And then at this part of the video, the colors and just everything goes white, and it's like you've kind of integrated it. You're kind of like, you're just here now, and he's jamming out and he's channeling and seeing they're like in flow with each other. I don't know. That's how I take it. That's how I take it. But I love still feel. I love this song, dude. Pivotal to hear this early on in my journey. Synchronicity brought me to the song, and I was like, yeah, this song is definitely meant for me to hear right now. And that's with everything now. I can't run from it. But yeah. Anyways, all right. Much love and Moonlight.